So DR200. So what's so special about it? I know you're asking yourself, what's a big deal about a DR200? Uh, Nothing really special about a DR200. It's a very basic bike. You can see I got my basket. That one comes from anybody who owns a dual sport and doesn't have a basket. He ain't a true dual sport owner. Don't believe him. You should actually, every dual sport should come with one of these, a milk crate from the dealership. So nothing really special. Today is a Sunday and it's a little bit cool, but I think the temperatures are gonna go up. So what do you have? You have a 200cc engine, air cooled. You can see all the fins, air cooled right there. That's an air cooled engine. There's no radiator. And I guess this is where they have the charcoal canister. I guess it's one of those emissions related. Bought new tires for it. 21-inch in the front, 18-inch in the back. Really nothing special. You got a drum brake in the back. And transmission, you have a 5-speed transmission. So really nothing special about it. I wish you had a 6th gear. But then at a 200cc, you don't need a 6th gear because it doesn't go fast anyway. You can see the dash is very simple. It's a very simple dash. Just there's no fuel gauge. So you just you reset the trip, and that's how you get your. I mean, so you reset the trip and then you do 50 miles and then you kind of on the ballpark of needing an gas. And like I said, there is a petcock, and then of course, and you do have reserve. And for a little while, I was running it on reserve, so you do have reserve right there. And so in case you ran out, you got a little bit of reserve. I bought it like this. It's got some damage, probably been dropped. And as you can see, the mileage is only 1,335 miles, so it's pretty low mileage for what it is. Yeah, so because I got my milk crate, I need to tighten it up. It's gotten loose on me. So I gotta get it back in there and see what I can do about that. Yeah, so you see there, it's got the doofy lights. The turn signals are doofy as hell, you can see. And I put some of this. I used to deliver food with the motorcycle, so I put some of this during COVID. You could make a little bit of money delivering food with a motorcycle, but I don't even think it's. You gotta do the math. It's not worth it getting killed for delivering something for $10. So, like I said, rear drum brakes, and I was one video where I tried to do one of the tires, but I wasn't able to do it. Sometimes it's just easier to take it to the shop than trying to do it yourself. Yeah, so like I said, nothing really special about a DR200. The reason I bought this is that previously I always watch another guy on YouTube, and he had one of these, and he used to drive it around in LA. And then I decided to get one. I had a previous one, and I loved it for the size, just the lightweight. This is a great beginner bike. It's very light. It barely weighs anything, so it's super light. So it's a great beginner bike for somebody who wants something light. If you drop it, it's not a big deal. I mean, these turn signals, you can see even this one has probably been previously broken. These turn signals, they're really nothing really much to break here. If you break a turn signal, not a big deal. You can see how you just replace it. There's no bodywork really to break. You can see there's really not much of a bodywork to break. Yeah, so so that's so this came up for sale. I didn't even have the money. I was like, I don't have the money, but the dude, I had gone to see it previously, and he was like about an hour away from where I stay. And the dude, he told me, so about 4 or 5 months passed before he called me again. I'm even surprised he had my number, and he said, am I interested in the bike? And I told him I'll buy it if he brings it to me. And at the time, I didn't even have the money, but I decided, you know what? Let me just tough it out, get the money, and then I'll figure out. Cause I know you can flip these things. These things, if you buy this bike for like about $2,000, you can easily flip it and sell it for like about 3,000, depending on what you have to do. I mean, like now this one I had to put tires on it, so I had to kind of do the math on that. The guy with a Z06, ooh, he ain't playing. No, it's not a, it's a vet. I don't know whether it's a Z06. He ain't playing. So yeah, so if you do, you can flip these things all day. But of course, like I said, now the prices have gone down on them because I was checking the prices. Sometimes now you see them even being sold up for 2,000. So that sucks. Yeah. So you can't make money on that if you buy it for 2,000 and then somebody wants to buy it for 2,500, and you already spend like what? You already spend like registration, tires. You already spend close to $500 insurance just to get it registered. Title transfer, registration is probably 250, could be, and then your tires maybe another $200. So you already $400 in it, and then somebody wants to buy it for 25. So you can't make money that way. I mean, if I bought it, I didn't do anything, and I sold it for 25. I wouldn't. It wouldn't be a big deal. But this one, I had to do the title transfer, and I had to change the tires because I mean I want to ride it too myself. So that's the reason why. I mean, the tires were the original tires, 20 old tires. That's not very safe. You're gonna get yourself killed riding with old tires. Yeah, so I'm over here at a park. I came out for a Sunday drive, see what's up. I missed church today. Yeah, so that's a DR200. Nothing really special about it, but just an amazing little bike. I mean, reliable, easy to work on, carbureted, very cold-blooded, very hard to start in the morning. It's got a two-stage choke, so you really gotta use the choke to get it started. It's very cold-blooded, but once it starts running, it runs okay. I was lucky the previous guy refixed the carburetor that was leaking when I went to see it. So sometimes it's good to sleep on something for a while because the guy, before I was going to buy it at the same price with a leaking carburetor. Now I bought it at the same price and the guy brought it to me and he had already fixed the carburetor. So he's told me he spent close to 200 just fixing the carburetor. So sometimes it's good to just sleep on something. You don't have to show you're desperate. Yeah, I guess buying stuff is like dating. If you show you're desperate, you're not going to get any. If you don't show, if you show lack of interest, that's when you get some. I don't know. The world is a strange place. Yeah. Anyway, so that's a DR200, 2001. They haven't changed much. So whether you buy a 2001 or buy a 2015, they're all the same. Really, nothing really changed much. They're all interchangeable. And yeah, so that's a DR2. And these things used to cost about retail for about $5,000. So you can imagine you could buy, this bike was more expensive than a Ninja 300. When I bought my Ninja 300, this one was way more expensive and it's way more basic than a Ninja 300. So anyway, let me get out of here. People already coming to the park. It's about that time to get out of here. Cheerio. Catch you guys later. All righty.